Happy Wednesday, you guys, and I hope you're enjoying your hump day. I'm back, and as usual, life circumstances have called to me, so I had to walk away from you lovely people for a minute. But in the time that I was away, a couple of things changed. You guys, my lovely blog has finally come to an end. I've talked about it a couple of times, and I've been on hiatus, and you guys, kind of called me back. But it was time to end, and it was really a awesome day. I ended on the first, and it was hard to say goodbye to everybody that was there. A lot of people had supported me through this time of me going through so many challenges and dark days and pulling through a horrible divorce and the devastation. And it was a lot of times that, if it wasn't for the people that supported me on my blog or having someone to talk to or someone to have empathy or understand the situation, I wouldn't had made it through some of those things. And I thank you guys. And the last topic of the day was actually a continuation of something that I already kind of spoken before, was not letting someone make you an option. And it got so deep, and it was so good to see so many people had so much personal growth through this experience and able to share those experiences with other people and be able to come to a better understanding what was going on in a whole. And it wasn't just them, and they can gain greater strength of what their situation by gaining knowledge of what was going on. It was just amazing. And I left all my supporters in such a good hearted thing. I hope all of them the best and well and to keep going on their path. But now it's time for me to start to change on my path. And, just like here, when I started this channel last year and started over this year, I was just not in a good place with myself. There was still so much anger and hurt and confusion going on, that this was the only way that I could get to understanding, was just putting it out there and asking questions and hearing other people and just being able to say it, because a big part of everything going on was just my voice was never heard. And it's not like I just need to tell everybody my story. It's more of this, like, I need to say it out loud so I can get past it and process it. And this was also one of the platforms that I hope to bring to this channel initially one day, is that this is a platform to help someone else understand what they're going through and how to triumph over these obstacles. But anyway, that was a really emotional day for me, and I actually started putting up my new blog. But then after discussing a lot of things with a few friends, people that actually are my friends, and I had my good friend Gabby come out here for the holiday of Thanksgiving, which was really awesome. We talked about it. I started to restructure how I want this new page and blog to do or be about. And now I had to kind of, pull back for a minute, and hopefully I can get this up and running even better than when I started it. Because, I'm Gemini, I have to get it perfect or just keep finding a better way to do it. So that's how we are. And it's looking good. I want to keep up to a consistency of interaction with everybody and my supporters. So it's a really big deal to get this platform pretty solid before I launch it. Even here, this is probably the most quiet page or channel I have, and I love it. Even though that I don't get many views here, I just know one day it's gonna reach somebody and it's gonna help them. And besides just helping myself and me being able to put my progress of what happened and how I've changed over this short amount of time, makes me happy just to put this out in the universe. Anyway, long story short, that's basically what was going on there. And then, life circumstances really did catch up to me, and the fact that I'm now being more aware and more conscious and more in tune with everything going on around me. A lot of things in my household I need to stop and take care of before I can move forward, because those things directly affect, and vice versa. And now I'm seeing other things that are still left over, even more so of the dissolution of my marriage and the years of toxic situations that the kids have been put in. I see those arising, and they're are developing those same tendencies in their everyday life, and I'm like, whoa, put the brakes on, you guys. We can't do this anymore, or we can't allow these things to happen, because this is the same thing that made you guys the way you guys are, made you feel a certain way, or feel uncomfortable, or feel unhappy, and I don't want those same things to keep reflecting in my inner house. This is my foundation. You guys are my everything. So we can't keep having these things going on. So there's some conflict that needs to be addressed soon. And everybody's kind of like, okay, how do we do it out facing the conflict? And sometimes you have to go through conflict. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad thing. It just means that you're going to have to work for it and put in that effort to mend that situation and heal it. But it's happening. We're going to do it. I'm one of those believers now, like, what is meant to be is meant to be. And especially something like this, I have to wait for it to lay its course and wait for that right moment to address this, and not rush it, and learn patience with everybody, even more so than what I already have with certain things. Only certain things. Okay. So, also, a lot of things have actually came to an end, even more so than I thought initially. And that's a good thing. I think. I hope so. It feels like a good thing. I cut out even more things that were not serving me, and just more of, improving my belief system and changing, my traditional ways, and not really, never my ways really traditional, because I'm the most untraditional person there is, but tradition for me has upgraded and changed into something more well-rounded and balanced. And I talked about getting the balance back into my life, because that's been missing for so long. It's definitely more of a mental push and understanding than I thought, and I think I touched on this weeks ago. I feel like I'm ready for some of these things, and I'm mentally focusing and have clarity and a new perspective on them. And they are a little bit more heavy than I thought to get through. And I remember just in October, I went through that realization of, myself and some things. And now I'm in this other one where it's more of like, don't deal with any of the insanity anymore. And it's funny to me, because, I always make this joke about insanity, and most people truly don't understand what insanity is. I just can't keep doing the same thing. Outcome. Oh, my son is walking. So, the insanity has to stop. And those things came to a lot of those conclusions of everything has to just disperse and bye-bye. A lot of people are starting to understand what not being integrated in my life is like at this point, which kind of sucks for them. Like, if I'm cutting you out at this point, you didn't want it. You just didn't want to even try to pick up the fucking ball and hold it for a while. So we're done, and now it's affecting them, and I'm getting a lot of resentment. And I'm like, how dare you come to me with resentment after I had put everything out there for you, helped you, pick you up, and all that other shit, and then waited. And now that I'm going, no fucking word. You're like, what the fuck? How could you do this? No, we're not done. So we're done. So those are those things where I told you, like, a lot of people are going to fall on the cold, and those things are going to happen. And I'm like, well, I was always straightforward with you up front, and you chose this route than anything else. So I'm just done with that shit too. But it is surprising, some of the resentment that I'm getting. I'm like, wow, really? That's where we're going with this. And this shows me where you're at, and this is why we're here. So, besides that, the fitness goal is, it's going. Medium speed, though, not slow speed. Basically, it's kicking my butt. There's so much more work that I have to work on. There's so many more things that I have to improve on. There's so many things that I got to stay on top of. And with all the other life circumstances, it ends. Career going this way, it's a lot of work, and it's making me tired sometimes. And this is the week where it's catching up to me, and I'm kind of at this, not stagnation period, more of I'm just stuck. I'm not mentally in my head. I really don't want to do anything. It's just like, okay, stop for a minute and make sure that we are regrouped and on the same page, then we can go full speed again. And after working out, I get pow. See, no carbs. A good Pal Venus. Here we go again. Pal Venus is gave me our new, well, not just gave, it was a week and a half ago. presenting with our new workout routine. And it is very challenging for me at this moment. And yeah, it's kicking my butt. And it's kind of hard for me to focus, but it's also, it's something that's really important to me. So I have to make sure that I'm mentally there to do these things. And being tired is not helping at the moment. But what is a surprise is my endurance has changed, which is really good. And I'm looking forward to see where I'm going to be at in a month. So this is week number 2, actually. And we have 4 more weeks to go at this point. I feel like I'm going to tack on 1 extra week, which would have been my rest week, which I'm probably going to end up taking now. Also, we can level back out because I feel like I am lacking at this point. So I'm going to take that on. But it has been even physically challenging for me just a little bit. Everything is very sore, which we know happens, but this is a little more because, my autoimmune deficiency here keeps everything inflamed. And like even right now, my face is all swelling from a lot of things. And it's becoming a conscious thing now that I have to be aware of even more so I can know how to take adequate downtime and give my body enough rest to get through these things, since I'm pushing myself so hard and in a different way for this particular cause. And it is a little frustrating too there, because I'm like, wow, this is the first time I have to deal with these situations, and it kind of makes me feel like inadequate in a way, like, oh man, I have to stop because my body's not allowing me to, and it's definitely frustrating. Anyway, but we're getting good progress still. I would like to be a little more ahead of my progress, but it is still decent progress. So I'm happy. I'm just got to stay motivated, and we should get this done. As for where I'm at in career, everything is looking pretty solid at this moment, and I'm proud of myself. I am procrastinating on a couple of things right now, and that's because I just can't mentally focus at this point, because like the life circumstances I was just talking about earlier, and trying to balance my family and my fitness goal and this business venture all in one is pretty taxing. So it's hard for me to keep focus on some of the small things I need to do. But besides that, I'm balanced now. We're almost there. We're kind of doing this every day, so soon we'll be here, but right now we're just teetering like this, and it gets better every day. So I'm still very excited about that. I did almost take a left turn, and that's one of those Gemini things that gets me all the time. It's just like, when dog sees a squirrel and you're like, oh, squirrel, let's change where we're going. It was something I wasn't aware of that I could do, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I could do that, and I kind of want to invest in that too. So it's definitely something I'm going to come back around and for after I get this more stable and add it to the empire of things that the lovely Keish wants to do. But yeah, that was an interesting find, to accidentally find that I was good at something, a new skill, and I'm looking forward to developing that skill anymore. And also I've recently been called upon to do some tattoo work, and it's also one of my passions, which also always gets me distracted in the middle of when I'm trying to have major life changes happen. It's something about the universe. My skill level of tattoos kind of elevates at that moment, and it's cracked any other time. But I'm feeling very inspired, and there's something that I want to take on, and I do have time for it. I've made time for it just because it's something I love to do so much, and it's bringing that quiet happiness of what's the word I'm looking for? Euphoria that I needed at the moment into my life, and so that's gonna be good to do soon this weekend. Actually, I'm actually thinking about doing one today. We'll see what happens though. Besides that, me personally I have been going through like these weird emotional roller coaster of new things lately, and it's pretty interesting. I'm glad I do have better or insight or better knowledge of my emotions and how I feel and how to handle these things. So this is just one of those experiences that I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen in the outcome, and how I've grown to be able to understand it and go through this. Sorry, I had a cramp in my back. but there is a range of emotions that I haven't felt at all, and some I forgot there was. So we'll see where this goes. You know, and on the nice, good relationship front, you know, you guys, I've been ready to step back out into the world. You know, and it's not that I don't have people in line or people knocking on this door. A lot of it I was afraid to. I just didn't think I was ready to invest in anything or anyone at this point. And you know, I believe I talked about this on here. Um, I'm a big person. If I'm elevating at this point, I want someone that's going to grow with me and understand my process, so they can respect the process at the end, and we can be on the same page. So it was. Yeah, it did suck. I wasn't really looking, but if something came my way, I was definitely willing to start to integrate that in my life. But no, now I'm like, no, I don't want to integrate it into my life, but do I still want that option? Uh, and then someone asked me out yesterday. Yesterday. And the first thing in my mind was no. And then then I was like, I just think I made some lame excuse about can we reschedule because I do have to leave tomorrow, but let's try to link up later on or another time. And the whole time, when on the way home, because I was coming from work, I was like, why did I want to say no so fast? And then I realized that it was not that I didn't want to go out or anything. It was just like I didn't want to settle for less. And this is gonna be funny, and I hope this person doesn't check on who they are because they're gonna be like, really, I'm less. It's not that this person is an awesome person. It's just not what I want, and I'm really just on if it's something I don't want, I'm not going to settle for it. I'm not going to even give it a chance to you to be a distraction to me at this point. Because a lot of times we go, oh, we're bored or we're missing something, and we accept this distraction, and then we get distracted from the things we really want to be, and we end up settling or just living in the right now. And I never want just only the right now, you know? And that let me know in myself that I have also changed and no longer wanted to settle for nothing less than the hand that I want and then some. And it also opened an eye about a lot of other things that I've been cutting out and not allowing to happen. And I'm at this point where now I realize that I want something of real substance, and I'm just about ready for that. And as more and more, as I get myself more grounded and on the path that I want, I'm going to open myself up to some kind of interest at this point, so it can grow. But I've been very closed off to it for a while, and now I'm feeling that okay, I think I'm ready to start doing this now. So we'll see how dating starts. And I've never really actually dated anyone, so this is going to be an interesting time because I'm going to do that this time to kind of get to know and see what people's potential are before I get too involved in things at this point. So, anyway, I am going to go read at this point because I haven't caught up on my reading too. And also, I have to shoot 2 more videos, and then I'm going to get back to you guys later. So, I hope you guys are staying powerful, peaceful, and productive. And yes, I'm putting the peace back in there because we need a lot more peace within ourselves so we can be able to function and have a higher vibration. And if we're not in peace within here, we can't radiate that peace back out or even just be able to accept the peace back in. So let's keep that going. Always stay powerful and fuck yes, be productive. You know, be productive in every way you possibly can that benefits you. Manifest the things that you want in love and out of strength and true of heart and true of oneself. Until next time, as always,